Depression is a very serious thing, and it's something unfortunately a lot of people don't talk about. Perhaps they don't want to share it with others, and it's maybe something that the world in general is not taking seriously. But in this video, I want to talk about having depression as a YouTube content creator. And I'm sure that other people who are not content creators would get something out of this as well. So I found that doing YouTube was my release from this world, whether that would be through the narrative of a film, my own music, or indeed doing paintings. The most common symptoms of depression: low energy, feeling sad or hopelessness, thoughts of suicide or harm, irritability, changes in eating behavior, sleep changes, loss of interest in hobbies and activities, difficulty concentrating or making decisions. So about a year and a half ago, I'd noticed behavioral patterns and feelings and emotions were starting to go downhill. And it's never been a problem doing a 9 to 5 and keeping the YouTube projects on the side. It was something I'd always look forward to. It was my release. But I started to really notice things when I even lost the energy to do that. This was my happy place. This was my escape. And it got to a point where I almost became obsessed with time. And I found myself having like a small window of time in which I could do some content creation. I'm just looking at the clock thinking I've got 2 hours, but I've literally got no motivation, no energy to do it. But I want to do it. Time's running out, and yet I couldn't bear myself to do it. There'd be other times where I wanted to just relax in the evening, watch a movie, and yet I'll be battling in my head, having that dilemma. Okay, if you watch a movie, that's 2.5 hours gone of your time that you could have been doing creative stuff. It got to the point where my content creation hobbies, they were something that was to be my pleasure, ended up becoming obsessions. It was kind of a nasty circle of really wanting to do it but not having the energy or the motivation to do it. Well, as time went on, I saw a counsellor and she recommended that you have depression, and it was something I never would have thought of before. And it was almost perhaps I didn't want to admit it to myself, because unfortunately I think we live like this kind of shame culture. We're meant to be seen as keeping fit and always being able to go to work. I was very worried to even call a doctor to get antidepressants. I've not even told my parents that I'm on antidepressants. So I went on antidepressants and I noticed a big difference. Sometimes I feel like things are going back the way they were. Maybe my mind has got used to the dosage that I'm on. My goal here now is to create a community so that we can talk about these things. What has your journey been like? Now, something very specific I think we should talk about is how, if you're a content creator, the low views, the low subscribers are just continuing on and on and on. There is no doubt that definitely feeds into your depression, almost to the point where you start to get obsessed with the numbers. There are times where I would just obsessively click on my channel, check the views, check the views. I'd already checked it 2 minutes ago. Check the views, check the views. So what are the ways to stay positive and to get encouragement? I think one, making videos like this that are not just about yourself, but it's also about wanting to be a servant to other people so that they can relate and talk back to you through this medium is a good step. I hope that this is something you watch and you think, oh yeah, I'm right there with you. Hopefully your views would go up because you are touching so many people's lives, because depression is a very serious thing. Whereas before, YouTube very much started off as a broadcasting process, now it's a community-based thing. It's certainly a big jump for where I'm at and how I want to grow this channel. That really brought me encouragement. And so I would just say the best thing for you to do is just keep going as best as you can. I know we hear a lot of you should be posting twice a week, but only if you can do it once a week. It's best to just keep going. And now I understand if you're doing this, earning money, you may have to find a way to keep it going if this is where your income is coming from. But if it's on the side, like myself, there were times where I didn't touch YouTube for months, and I thought, you know what, that's okay. Now I'll be honest, and I do want to grow this channel. I'm very encouraged and very excited. This is something I have a passion for, and I would hope one day to bring it to that level of doing this for a living, so I haven't got to do the 9 to 5 anymore. Who knows, just keep uploading, and one day that viral video will explode. You could be just one video away from your viral explosion. I hope this video has been helpful, that maybe you've identified with this. Please press the like button and please consider subscribing to